Hello YouTubers, this is Murrow171. Today I'm going to bring you a video on how to field strip the Kel Tec PMR30. Now, first off, we always verify that it's unloaded. We're going to take the magazine out, verify it's unloaded, and verify the chamber is empty. Now to do this, you should always do it visually as well as physically if capable. That way you get a true verification. Also, leaving the safety on doesn't hurt anything either. Now, once that's done, we're going to let the slide come forward. And we're going to do that slowly. You should never just drop a slide on an empty chamber. It's real hard on the lockup between the barrel and the slide. So just let it come forward slowly. Now, next step, you take out this pin. If you look at this pin, it is bigger on one side than it is on the other. Now, you push it out towards the bigger side. Keltec says you can use a 22 Magnum round, push it out, or I just use my finger because it's easy enough to grab and pull. There it is. That should allow the slide to come forward, separating it from the receiver. There you have it. That's the receiver. Now, never ever drop this hammer while there's no slide on top of it. It's very devastating to the polymer frame where it hits forward. Don't do that. You could damage your receiver. If you have to bring the hammer forward, bring it forward slowly with your thumb. I will tell you, since the hammer is kind of enclosed in this groove here, it is hard to reset with your thumb. So probably should just leave the hammer back. But at this point you can spray degreaser and some new oil into it, clean that up, won't be too bad. Now, next step, this is the part that is a pain to most people. It's getting this recoil spring and recoil guide rod out of the slide assembly. Now it says that you should be able to pinch it hard enough and bring it forward. I only have very limited success with that. I like to push it forward, grab it with my two fingers, pull the barrel back. Notice how it's not enclosed anymore. And remember, this is under spring pressure, but it allows you to just bring it on out, no problem. Of course, here's the buffer. This comes out as well. And once that's free, you will be able to slide the barrel mount there and the barrel right on out of the gun. There you go. Now remember, this barrel mount, this part right here, it's got 4 grooves it fits in. So you have to slide it up to those points where it's got the 4 grooves. See the lips on the gizmo here anyway. Alright, anyway. Alright, now for reassembly of the Kel Tec PMR30. First we're going to take the slide and the barrel. I'm going to put the barrel back in its groove, its slot. Now you want to do this with the feed ramp on the bottom. So you'll want to have that facing towards the bottom of the slide. Slide it in, it will go through this hole in the front, like so. Bring it in, and actually you'll want to push it forward, like so. Next you'll want the barrel block. And you'll want the recoil guide rod spring groove to be at the rear. You're going to also want it to go over the lugs on the barrel. So we put that in like so. It will slide into these 4 grooves I showed you earlier. See those 4 grooves? And one on each side. And here we go. We will put it in there like so. And once it's into those grooves, it will be able to just slide back with the barrel. There you have it. Now, the next part is not the recoil guide rod. Don't grab that yet. It's the buffer. You have to put the buffer in. Now the buffer, it can only go in one way correctly, so you got to put it in that way. This would be the way. You want these lips towards the top, like so. You also want to make sure it faces the right direction. If you notice, these are rounded. These go around with these cuts right here. I'll zoom in for you. These cuts right here are rounded, like the edge of this guy. So there you go. You set that in. It does not lock in. It just kind of sits in. And now you will take your recoil rod. Now, this guy goes in with I'm going to put that down. You want to be able to see which way that pushes through, because that's the way that it comes out the front. See how that is? It will look like that. Now, that will slide into the rear here. Actually, that will slide into the front. Forgive me. And you'll be able to just line it up like so and slide it in. No big deal. A lot more difficult to take it out than put it in. You can verify it's working by pushing that forward, but don't let that slam back if you decide to do that. That's bad. Just, you can see it, obviously it's functioning as designed so far. Now at this point, this buffer will be fairly enclosed in. It won't want to move very much. You could force it out of place, but I don't recommend it. Now, with that done, next you want to take the receiver. The hammer's back, you can see it. Safety's on. No magazine in the gun. Don't put the magazine back in this gun while you've got it in pieces. Now, and you'll just take this. You'll see it's got slide rail, and you'll slide this back onto it, like so. And it will go onto those slide rails. Come all the way back to where it is almost flush. See it back there? And now you'll take this pin. Now this pin came out one direction. You want it to go back in the same direction. So with the big end facing away from us is how we did it. And you'll push it on through and it will lock into place. Now with that done, you can slightly function test the gun. See if it's behaving like it's designed, which this one is. You see it. See the barrel and the recoil spring are all working like you would expect. And there you have it. Test the safety. Didn't fire. There you go. And you can test the magazine plug-in. Whoop. And it locks back. So that is how you successfully reassemble and disassemble a Kel Tec PMR30 to field strip position, which is what most of you will do to clean your Kel Tec PMR30s. This was Mer171. If you got any gun suggestions on what you would like to see, how to take apart or whatnot, write it in the comments and I will respond if I can do it or not. And this is just Mer171. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe.